Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to episode 2 in this series on the rebuild, restoration and mechanical work I plan to do to my Lexus LS400. In the previous episode I bored you to death by talking 20 minutes about pulling seized spark plugs. They're out. I'm not planning to do any mechanical work in this episode, but I just wanted to show you around, show my car, what I have done already and what I'm planning to do. So here we go. So let me introduce my car first. It's a 1993 Lexus LS400, as you may have noticed. The car has done over 335,000 kilometers. I'll blink in the mileage somewhere here in screen for the American viewers. It's a driving car, and not at the moment because I pulled the spark plugs, but a lot of work needs to be done. Let's talk you through that. The first thing you'll notice when you come closer to the car, it's got a lot of stone chipping, and the paint on the hood is in pretty bad shape. But it doesn't mean the car isn't drivable. What bothers me more is the rust you have. Whoa. A little bit of light works miracles. As you can see, we had rust damage here on the fenders. I put a rust reformer on there, but it's starting to come through, as you can see, so I need to address that. The car needs new tires. These tires are well shot. They are, I believe, 16 years old now, and it's been standing still for a long time. I really want to powder coat rims, have them, well, I think bead blasted, glass blasted, powder coated. For cosmetical reasons, I want to do the powder coating and the new tires is one of the last things before I put the car back on the road. The rotors in here, well, they don't have this typical rotor lip, but let's see if we can zoom you in. Yeah, and they don't seem to be in bad shape, but they are warped. Brake pads aren't too bad, but as you can see, the calipers have been repainted once, I think with a rattle can and not even heat resistant paint, so they start to rust. Doesn't look nice. Want to address that. Let's have a peek inside there where the costly bits are. Air suspension and the upper arm with the upper wishbone, they seem to be in good shape, so when the things look okay for the eye, for instance, like these boots aren't cracked or anything, I leave them in there. They are very expensive to replace, and it will be one of the main themes of this series, I'm afraid. But the air suspension, the bladder is good, and the car drives good. It raises immediately when the car starts. This car has the optional headlamp washes, which are both working. I'm very glad for that. The car has this brights, high beams, which weren't working. I put in new bulbs and they worked. The problem was to get the lamp cluster out. Some of the bolts and screws on there were very rusted, and I had to hack one out. I want to replace that and get it in original shape back again. And I need to replace the headlamp bulbs, which are standard HVAR bulbs. So that's all the work I had to do on the front to get it MOT ready. What I want to do, something I did on my previous LS, put in the side marker lamp in here. I think it really looks nice. I squeeze myself in this tiny space between the right hand side and the wall of my storage. And that's one of the few bits I can show you on the right hand side of the car. We have this rust damage on the front fender. That's something I wanted to do last. The thing that most bothers me, most worries me, is this rust damage on the upper right hand side corner of the windscreen. Not sure what happened. There's some stone chipping around this edge, the roof edge, and you can see the rust caused this crack in this front window. So that's some work for the body shop. I don't want to try myself. I put a studio lamp out for this one. One thing a lot of people don't seem to know is that when you see that when you pull the door lever, a small bright light in the door lock is illuminated, so you can find the lock in the dark. Okay, let's have a look inside. The central locking works on all 4 doors, luckily. And this is the beautiful and great smelling interior of my LS400. So one of the main features of a Lexus LS400 that I really like is the retracting and tilting steering wheel. It was the first car to have a fully electric steering column in combination with an airbag steering wheel. So, and when you insert a key, the steering wheel comes towards you. So, let's have a look at the first main problem my car has. The instrument cluster, the famous backlit illuminated instrument cluster of an LS400, is fully black when the car is off. And when I turn the key, this happens. You can see the needles are illuminated shortly, and then it turns to black. I had this in summer too, but after 2-3 minutes of driving, the panels, the gauges flicker once, twice, and then they stay lit. They are good illuminated, and the gauges, the needles are illuminated, but at the moment it stays black. And I know the reason for that. My previous LS had it too. It all boils down to two small capacitors on the printed circuit board, which I had to replace. This is a common problem for LS400s, and Lexus charged a lot of customers in the US, I believe $1,100 to have the instrument panel replaced. We're not gonna do that. I had it, as I said, in my previous LS, exactly the same problem. That's why that failed the MOT and I could buy it cheap. But it took me an hour of work to get all this out. Find the leaking or broken capacitors, replace them. They were 30 euro cents each, and the instrument panel worked. So I hope this one has the same problem. So it's an easy fix, to be honest. Another common problem on these LS400s is so-called LCD bleed. This one suffers from it too, but as you guys zoom in for a bit, you can read the gauges, and when let's try to start the air conditioning, you can clearly read it says temp 21.5, but from another viewing angle you can see it blackens out as an LCD bleed, but it's mostly because it's cold right now after some time of driving, or in summertime with warmer weather. It's not as bad as it is at the moment. So I put the light back on. Car has the standard Pioneer audio system, not the upgraded Nakamichi system. I must say this system sounds just fantastic. All speakers work, has a great sound, and enough power, I must say. It's a great system for a standard system. The electric antenna didn't work. It came out, but only halfway. But, well, let me push the button. Whoa, as you can see, it fully extends. And when you switch the radio off, it smoothly pulls in back. Small display for the RDS, the radio data system, also works. So that's great. The car is also almost fully optioned. It has the, as I showed, the headlamp washes, the traction control system, which you may have seen in the previous episode, and heated front seats. The heated front seats are not all too impressive, and I think they weren't all too impressive either when the car was new, but at least it has it, and heated front seats come with a heated back seat too. And everything here is in place. The ashtray is fully illuminated, it's clean, doesn't all look all too bad. Moving on to the shifter gate, shifter column. The buttons for the air suspension. Let me push this one and give it a good listen. Not sure if you can hear that click. Those are the shocks which switch to sport, air quotes, sport modes. The height adjustment, and here is the selector for the gearbox, power or normal. Doesn't have an economy setting. But why would it? Neat little thing are those cup holders, which fold out within one push, but you have to put them back in 2 stages. Armrest with my microfiber cloth. As you can see, I hope it shows on camera, this is where you lean with your elbow. It's slightly dent here, but it's not cracked at all. The quality of the leather is really good. So, notice something weird here? Yep, this car has been fitted with a car alarm, which had a magnetic key or a switch and a reader on here, and they just, look at this, hacked a hole through. Did a very poor job. Have to find a replacement panel for this. You can easily pull it out, drill a small hole, or guide a wire along the lower edge. Then you would have done a neat job, but they just hacked the hole into there. I don't know why. And I also removed miles and miles of cables. I would say a lot of cables were put back in there, way too long, and they just spooled them together, put a tie wrap on it, and that's interfered with the retraction mechanism of the steering wheel. So really poor job. It's one of the many poor jobs that were done to the car. You may have seen in the previous episode how the liquefied petroleum gas installation was built in and built out. Just a hack job. So there's something I really want to correct. This really bothers me. One of the many quirks and features of LS400 is the amount of functions that are electrified or have a power mode on there. And one is the, you can hear it roll. This is one I most use, my preferred position. And of course the seats are electric adjustable. It tilts and moves in all directions. Everything works. Recline the back seat. Ooh. Recline the back seat. And have a look at this function. It says here on top. I did notice, I had a car for a few weeks when I noticed this headrest, it had an arrow, so I didn't know what it did, but have a look. Even the headrests are electric. So put the seat in gangster lean. Let's see if my seat memory still works. You can hear the steering wheel come to its position. Et voila, that's my driving position, so it's still stored after 3 months. So moving on to the rear, and I haven't been here for a week, and I noticed the tires aren't holding air, so they definitely need to be replaced. When I saw this shot just a few seconds ago on the camera, you can see the color difference between the doors. I never really noticed it much in the outdoor light, but in this studio lamp light it's noticeable, and I knew that this rear panel has been repainted. Not sure if it shows on the camera. Car is very dirty, but you can see in the light there's a lot of orange peel. This lower part has been painted. So let's move on inside. Let's get a light in there a bit more so you can have a look-see. The leather and the seats are in great shape. So and it smells great. It really smells great. All these LS400s, which are non-smokers car and have leather upholstery, they all smell great. They smell like money belts. So I moved to the position on the rear right, I must say, where the original owner spent most of its kilometers. It was a company car. This Lexus was a company car for a Belgian furniture company, and I think the owner, the CEO, spent a lot of hours in this position. As I said, does it show on camera? Let me put a light on that. One moment. There's a tad more light. Cup holders, storage area. There are those little spots here, not sure what it is. Ooh, that's awfully bright. To clean it out. And it's got heated rear seats, which work a lot faster than the front heated seats, I must say. Not sure why, but in the rear they are faster and warmer. What I really like about this car is the tan interior and this very bright carpet. This part is very clean. You can see the floor mats are the original Lexus mats. It's a bit yellowish under there. I just vacuumed it once, twice, didn't use a shampoo, but I think it will come out as clean as this when I put a little effort in there. Next thing, nice touch of Lexus, are those carpeted plastic covers. There's a plastic cover under here, which covers the rail of the seat, but they also put some carpet on there, so they're hardly noticeable in the car. Very nice eye for detail. Only thing is, as you can see, it's a bit black. It's because the grease on the rail seats seeped out a bit, and this one's black, so I'll remove them and clean them too. So moving on to the back of the car, I really regret I didn't wash the car better before I put it in storage. I'm very aware that I just want to show you around the car, but I could have cleaned it a bit more. Anywho, let's continue our tour. As I said, this rear panel was repainted once, did a poor job actually. There's too much orange peel, and as you can see here, a lot of paint damage. Let's zoom you in for a bit, one moment, and get a little light on. As you can see, it's chipped, it's been repainted once or twice, maybe 3 times, so definitely something I need to address. And there's this little damage here, so quite some cosmetic work to the car, and you can see, oh, let's get you, scratches and poor paint job there. Definitely something I need to address. So what you say, let's have a look in the trunk. I'll get the key and open it up. One moment. Step back, and there we are. So first thing you see, that this little storage compartment is open. It houses the emergency opening for the fuel filler cap on that side. But this one, the solenoid is functioning. It's remote controlled with a button in the interior. I really want to repair this. Is one of the things that bothers me. Let's see if I can get it shut. One moment, please. Dang. There you are. Little paper towel in there. So, down under, that is in the trunk, not Australia, is the CD changer. Let's see if it opens. And it does. It's the factory Pioneer CD changer, which holds this cassette in which you can put 6 CDs. Not even sure I tested this CD changer. I think it works, and I have one here in storage, so if it doesn't work I can give it a try and make one functioning, I hope, out of these two, but I believe this one works. Just as I wanted to record this sequence, I heard the CD changer doing its job, trying to locate and identify the CDs, but it's empty. Over here you have the small tool compartment. It's nearly complete. Only thing missing is it has in this place this screwdriver, but it should be a Lexus flashlight in there. And there, over there in this corner, is the whoa, let's focus, guys. Sorry, is the on-off switch for the air suspension. You have to switch it to off when you jack up the car, or put it on a 2-post lift. Otherwise, the air suspension will try to level out the car. It can't, and it might pass the maximum limits of the air suspension. So you put it on off when you jack the car up. It also says on this sticker here. And when you're done, put it back on its wheels, put it back to on car levels, and everything is hunky-dory. So this ends our small tour around my car. I hope you liked. I'll continue working on the car in the next episode. If you have any hints, tips or tricks, please let me know down below in the comments, and give a like and maybe subscribe. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.